Good afternoon. This is Richard Humes. This is also August 15th, 2021. I am author of How to Get Your Life Back from Morgellons, Chronic Lyme, and Other Skin Parasites. With me today is Robin, my co-host. Hello, Robin. How you doing?
Hi,
How's your week?
Wonderful. Thanks.
How was your concert last week?
Excellent. Actually,
Wonderful.
I've had 4 concerts since I spoke to you. So
She's a busy lady since COVID has opened up. She's a phenomenal musician, and so we may get to hear her sing a song later on. It's soothing for the soul and also a way of relieving stress. Today with us we have our newest coach. Her name is Anna. She is going to share with us her experience in dealing with Morgellons and skin parasites. Anna, are you with us?
Hi, yes.
Hi, Anna. Welcome.
Thank you.
So, how long have you been fighting Morgellons?
It began when my kids were 5 years old, and now they are almost 18. And
Long time.
Yeah, I've been worse, I've been better, and it all started when my daughter was 5, and she wanted to invite a friend in our house, and this friend was itching her scalp very badly, and this friend was sitting on our beds and jumping on our beds, and they spent lots of time together, and my daughter insisted it was her new best friend forever. And after this friend visited, we all started getting itchy, especially scalp.
That's when your nightmare began. Now, let me ask you to qualify this. You have filaments and fibers coming from your skin?
Yes, I actually now I'm fighting mites.
Okay. Well, I wanted to clarify that because, well, a couple of months ago we had a gentleman on, his name is Jeremy, and all his information says that Morgellons is not contagious but maybe infectious, and people don't give it to other people and things like that. And I basically said, if you're a grandma, I would not want to have my granddaughter over if I were you.
Yes.
And here is, you had a guest in your house, and this young lady was, a young gal was jumping around on the bed and having fun with your kids, and the whole family ended up with it. Is that right? Your whole family ended up with Morgellons?
My whole family ended up being itchy, and we thought it was lice. So I was treating my kids for lice, my husband for lice, everybody, my mom. And after a while, everybody was getting better, and I was getting worse. So my hair was itching even more, and I felt crawling sensation in my scalp, especially at night. And I ended up doing lice treatments of every day for 3 years.
Lice treatment? Well, was that permethrin?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Every day for 3 years, and it didn't help. And after that, I decided to see online for other skin parasites. And after typing skin parasites, I promptly found you and your book. And then I found out there are more skin parasites than I knew about. And I started treating myself with natural gift soap, doing baths, and doing scalp treatments, and I had to cut my whole hair, and at some point I shaved my hair. At some point I had it very short crew cut, and I was doing treatments every day, and finally I was getting better. And what was helping me at the end with my scalp when I had Morgellons.
Finding my book and the program was the turning point in your life, to the point where you're getting your life back.
Yes, Yes, I was reading your book, underlining almost good treatments on every page. I found out about MMS, and I was using MMS as a skin lotion. So I was doing 40 drops of MMS for 2 ounces of water, and I was just dipping my fingers and just rubbing my scalp.
Mm-hmm.
And my hair turned all red, strawberry blonde. It was very beautiful actually, and it discouraged Morgellons very badly. So they couldn't stand MMS treatment and the diet. The diet that I started already, I lost lots of weight, about 60 pounds, and I was getting better, but then we moved to the old house, and this house was infected with mice, and my bed was standing next to the little hole in the wall, like where the socket is supposed to be, electrical socket.
Oh, right. Okay.
One night, actually, mice came out and jumped on me, and I kind of felt this crawling sensation everywhere at this particular night, and then I was dealing with mice. I was having bites on my scalp, and I was having more than Morgellons in my scalp at this point.
So the mice were living in your wall, in the wall behind the electrical socket.
Electrical socket was not there. It was just a hole where electrical socket
Okay,
was supposed.
but that's where they were. They were in the wall then.
Yes, but the house was old. The house was kind of a little bit smelly, and it changed owners several times, and dogs were kept in this house, so there was a very intense animal smell, and I was thinking I could clean this all up. I wasn't able even to clean this up. So after a while, after fighting for this house, we sold it and we moved to a different community and a different house.
Okay. So basically, the little girl brought them into the house, and then they took up residence in your house, even went into the walls, and were attacking you.
Different house at this point. We already moved away from this first house where we were first contaminated.
Mm-hmm.
We moved away.
Right.
Yeah. We wanted a bigger house. I was still doing treatments at this point and not able to understand about Morgellons because I didn't know about them. So I was thinking twice for 3 years straight.
How many doctors? How many doctors did you go to? May I ask?
I went to doctors, all kinds of doctors in Houston, Texas, where I live. I went to dermatologist, my regular doctor. He was able to prescribe different stuff, more stuff for lice. He prescribed permethrin cream. And I went to infectious disease doctor, and at some point where I visited an infectious disease doctor, it appeared that I was more knowledgeable than he was. So he was listening to me, very impressed, and said that I already know all kinds of stuff he doesn't know, and he doesn't care to know all this stuff because this is too much.
He doesn't care to know.
Yes. Yes. So after that, I actually have been reading about Clean Heart Academy in your book. And after reading about Clean Heart Academy, I contacted them. And they sent me a protocol of different medications that can be used for skin parasites. And one of the protocol was protocol of Dr. Simon Yu. Simon Yu is actually a parasitologist who lives in St. Louis. And so I flew to St. Louis twice to see this parasitologist, and he was good. He actually didn't ask any proof that I had parasites. He knew he had computer diagnostics to do all this. And also he prescribed ivermectin, he prescribed praziquantel, he prescribed, let's see, fenbendazole.
Mm-hmm.
So he prescribed all these three at once to do treatments like 3 weeks on, 3 weeks off. But it was so many pills, I couldn't. My kidneys started just complaining too
Your
much.
kidneys
So
didn't like it, huh? Yeah.
no, so I was able to do like maybe ivermectin plus fenbendazole together,
Mm-hmm.
or praziquantel and fenbendazole together. But all three, it's a little bit too intense. And he prescribes it internally, so he doesn't treat the skin. And the problem is, if it's skin parasites, lots of times internal medicines don't help. They are okay, but you have to treat the skin.
Yeah, I mean,
treatment for the skin.
you have to have you have to actually have the problem that ivermectin and albendazole is for. If you don't have that problem, it's useless to take it. We have many people trying ivermectin, and by itself it doesn't do much. And with albendazole, if you do have certain physical problems like strongyloides cervicalis, that would be a useful approach. But generally, for Morgellons and for Columbella and for skin fungus, it's generally not a way to go. It's basically useless for most people to go that route.
Yeah, but what's interesting that I found out about the existence of these medications. I started going online, and now I'm finding actually topical ivermectin, topical fenbendazole, and topical, let's see. So I'm trying now them all in liquid form, like in my ears. I put some cotton swabs drenched with fenbendazole in my ears. It helps. It helps for in my ears. Yeah.
Now, how did the diet work for you? Did it kick in right away, or did it take a while for the diet to kick in?
Yeah, right away. Diet kicks right away. As long as you take it right away, diet works right away, but you have to do it right away. And I remember first when I was treating just Morgellons, I actually did a diet, and I excluded meat at all. I decided to do vegetarian. And it was good.
I didn't understand that. You decided what?
I decided also to go vegetarian, so I excluded meat also. I decided to go just for vegetables and grains.
Okay.
I did that. It helped a lot, and now I'm kind of going this route again. I'm slowly kind of eliminating meat from my diet. I found out that actually for the mice that I'm infected with, they become active if I eat even sunny side up. Even
really?
if I eat, yes, even if I eat a couple pieces of bacon. So I decided to exclude everything fried on the skillet, even in butter. So I can eat butter with some spelt bread, and it's good. But I decided to exclude anything fried with butter. I decided not to fry anything with butter, and if I eat eggs, maybe I will do omelet in the oven or something, but not fried on the skillet.
Interesting.
So,
even with butter.
Yes. I noticed that frying stuff can be bad if you have mice. I'm infected with jumping mice. Jumping mice. They are kind of in my scalp, and they're getting better, but the problem that they already jumped into my eyes. So now I have this sensation of crawling and even jumping on my eyelids at night. And this is giving me lots of trouble, and I'm fighting this. And I wanted to ask you a question, actually. What did you do for crawling sensation on the eyelids? Did you do anything special?
Can I mention?
Yeah, Robin, go ahead.
Well, you know, especially if it's happening at night, there's a really good chance they're coming from your hair or your head. And you want to do the hair treatments that are recommended, and then cover all around the edges with Vaselines, because it stops them from crawling down into your eyes, and then cover your head with either a swimming cap or a small plastic bag that you tie tightly, and that will help tremendously. You can also put Vaseline all around your eyes, and
I do that. But I noticed they are in my eyelids. They are kind of living in my eyelids. My eyelids are getting very puffy.
Right. They do live in your eyelids. You can. There are doctors who are familiar with mites for the eyes, and if they're actually mites in your eyes and not Morgellons, they have treatments. They have eye antibiotics, and they have special pads that have disinfectants that you clean your eyelids with twice a day.
So far I discovered actually that liquid fenbendazole is very good for those mites. I drench swabs of cotton swabs in liquid fenbendazole, and I gently rub my eyelids when I feel the sensation that they start to get negative.
Are you saying fenbendazole? F-E-N?
Fenbendazole, but liquid form.
Fenbendazole. Right. Okay. Yes. Okay.
I found liquid fenbendazole at this site. It's online pharmacy for animals that's located in Kiev, Ukraine, and they sell stuff all over the globe. So I decided to order a liquid fenbendazole and see how mice actually can die from liquid fenbendazole. And
so that's helping you? That's working for you?
She's trying it.
I'm able to sleep. So after I swipe a couple of times, all these mites from eyelids, they don't come back in night. They come back next night, but not the same night, actually. As long as I have fenbendazole on my eyelids, it kills them or it discourages them.
Okay.
Also very strong solution of colloidal silver. So I was putting cotton swabs in colloidal silver, 1,000 ppm and 2,600 ppm. I found them on Amazon, and also swapping them across my eyelids. And this discourages and kills them too. For the same night, I'm able to sleep about normal amount of hours, 8 hours at least, without any problems. But first I need to put something on my eyelids to discourage those mites.
Well, I think one important thing that I always say is that the diet, everybody has some idiosyncrasies, and we don't question whether the diet works. We question if you can make it work. And you were able to make adjustments to make the diet work for you, which is very beneficial. With the mites, the mites are definitely a challenge. There are 40,000 different species, and
I know.
So there's a key to each type, I guess. It's just figuring out what works best for you in dealing with the particular mites that you're dealing with. So that's great. Robin, do you have any questions for Anna?
No, I don't have any questions. I don't.
Oh, I have a question for you guys. Robin mentioned that you can rub eyelids with NG solution. And my question is, how strong should be NG solution for eyelids? Because it's supposed to be diluted.
Nature's gift, the diluted nature's gift for eyelids.
How you should dilute it for eyelids?
Well, you get, first of all, you do it with saline water. You get an eye wash, an eye wash thing, and you can just put maybe a drop of the 50% in it. One drop, no more than that.
Pretty diluted.
Is it like if I use, for example, I want to do solution in 2 ounces of saline solution, how many drops of NG should I put in?
What was that? You want to what?
I want to do solution maybe like, let's say 2 ounces of saline solution, and how many drops of NG?
Well, very, very little, 1 or 2 drops.
One or two? Okay.
1 or 2 drops. You want to use, need very little, very little.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah,
okay.
Because I was doing actually stronger solution of NG soap, about maybe 2 ounces of NG soap and about 20 drops, and I was rubbing my scalp with stronger solution.
Yeah, that would be fine for your scalp, but I wouldn't want to overdo it for your eyes.
Yes, I know.
You can start at that and you can increase it, but like Robin said, frequency, every 15 minutes, every 20 minutes, to get it under control. Frequency is important.
That's really important. That's really,
yes,
really
I'm
important.
fine.
In fact, last week we did a segment on eyes. The whole first part of the call last week was all about eyes, so you might want to listen to that as well.
And if it's mites, I really do.
It, yeah.
Eye doctors do know how to get rid of mites in eyes, and they prescribe an antibiotic that's very effective. It's just that if you don't deal with your hair and your environment and the rest of your body, they're just going to keep coming back.
Well, I'm afraid that most ophthalmologists you go to, if you say you have mites in the eyes, they're going to show you the door.
Well, my eye doctor actually treated mites, and I had Morgellons in my eyes, not mites.
Yeah.
But,
well, you and I are very fortunate. I went to a dermatologist, and he knew about Primazide and Orap and the use of mites, but I think he's like 1 in a zillion. So the idea of getting help from an ophthalmologist, I wouldn't count on it. They're supposed to, but Robin, you're fortunate. I was fortunate that I happened upon the right dermatologist or doctor. We've had people that have been to 40 doctors and have gotten nowhere. Yeah. One point that's interesting is that Anna shared that everybody, her family, contracted the Morgellons and the skin parasites. Everybody got rid of them on their own, except Anna. And this is something that I pointed out time and time again. It's something that you see on Facebook. Gee, I got them. And somebody said, well, just do this, one little thing. Some people get rid of them on their own. We're each affected differently by the organisms to different degrees. Some of us obviously far more dramatically infected or affected than others are. And Anna is a perfect example of this, and her family. They all were able to get rid of it. Their immune systems or whatever kicked in, and they got rid of it. And Anna was left out in the cold and had to go the hard route and found us, fortunately. So I want to thank Anna for sharing your experience today and welcome you to our coach and staff. To be a coach, you do not have to have your life back 100%. It means that you're further along the route than somebody who is starting the program. And maybe also Anna has contributed several recipes. I published one of them for one of the soups that she has. She's obviously, her background is Ukrainian, so she comes from that flair of the world, and so thank you very much, Anna, and welcome to our coaching staff.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm actually not Ukrainian, I'm Russian. I'm coming from the outskirts of Moscow. I was born in a small town just outside of Moscow.
Okay, wonderful.
That's where I'm coming from.
I'm geographically ignorant, so if you come from Singapore, I say China. If you come from Russia, I say Ukrainian. I think, I don't know the difference between, but yeah, thank you. Okay, that's my geographical ignorance.
It's the same, yeah. Yes, different countries now, but used to be the same country. Right.
I'm lucky I know the difference between New Jersey and New York. If it wasn't for going over a bridge, I wouldn't know. Thank you. Okay.